Hey there, what's going on guys? Today let's check out 5 seeds for Minecraft 1.18 on Minecraft Java Edition. These seeds are from the 1.18 pre-release 1 version. Keep that in mind if you are watching this at a later time than when this video was uploaded. But yeah, with that, let's go ahead and check out these seeds. Let's get started with this first seed, which has some absolutely incredible terrain at spawn. It's a circular area of peak terrain with hills and mountains. Right in the middle there is a lake. With terrain stretching up all around the lake, I can picture so many awesome building ideas, especially given that this is in a forest and jungle area. The possibility of an incredible looking spawn area here is just wonderful. I would love to see some of you build something here and send me a picture of it on Twitter or Instagram. You may have noticed that this jungle temple was within the spawn area too. You could implement this temple as part of spawn with a reconstruction of it. This is the loot I was able to find within the 2 chests inside. Underneath the Stony Peak section of the mountain area, you can find one of the new cave types, dripstone caves. You get a couple of easy openings to get to it. This dripstone block pillar looks pretty cool. But yeah, I think this seed spawn is a fantastic place for you to build, and I would like to see what you guys can come up with for it. Here is a seed with an ice spikes biome right near spawn. The frozen ocean here just blends right in with the ice spikes. I really wanted to show this biome, especially due to the mountain here. The ice spikes stretching up to the top of the mountain looks really cool. It's cool to see ice spikes generating on the mountain cliffs. There also happens to be a village that generates right next to the ice spikes too. It's a pretty decent sized village. That mountain as a backdrop to the village looks awesome too. Next to another section of ice spikes, you can find one more village. This village has some cool terrain nearby too. It's also just cool to see the ice spikes next to the village. If you want to travel out a bit more, you can find another snow village. This one sits on the edge of a snowy plains hill. One building sits atop of the hill. And on the ledge, there is this blacksmith building. I found this loot inside of it. And finally, right nearby the village, you can find a pillager outpost. Along with a tower, I found 2 tents, a bunch of scarecrow targets, 2 cages, and 2 log collections. At the top of the tower, I found this loot. If you're looking for a snowy biome seed, this could be the one for you with those villages near spawn and that crazy looking ice spikes mountain. Next up, we have a seed that has some mountain terrain at spawn. Similar to the first seed we checked out in this video, we have a circular area of mountains, and in the middle we have a little meadow area. Think about the possibility of building within this little meadow. The mountains surrounding your build would look incredible as natural terrain. Within the mountains, you can see this massive cave opening here. It leads right into a dripstone cave. I love the look of this place. The terrain outside of the spawn mountains is pretty awesome too, including this area here with a ravine. It leads right into a small section of lush caves. Just another cool looking area. Mojang really did a great job with this new terrain change in my opinion. Also right outside of the spawn mountains is this village. It's just a small village, but it does have 2 church buildings. Look at this view with the backdrop of a mountain. It looks incredible. There's also this little ruined portal too. Just another place for you to check out. This is a loot I found inside of the chest here. The mountain range in this seed extends quite a bit towards the north. Rather than just being a circular section of mountains, the mountains look more realistic with them expanding further. There's even this village here within the mountains. The village stretches up the mountainside. It looks pretty cool, honestly. Of course, my main reason for showing this seed is that incredible section of mountains at spawn. It really shows off the greatness of the new Minecraft 1.18 update. Now let's check out this seed, which has a mesa biome right next to spawn. Before getting to that mesa though, I want to let you know that right in the ocean near spawn is this ruined portal. It's a good place to start off your world with some loot if you want to grab it. I found this loot in the chest. Continuing south from the portal will bring you to a desert village. The village is a decent size with plenty of buildings to check out. Could be a place for some early game loot, at least for some food and crops from the farm. Exactly 650 blocks to the south of the first village, you can find another desert village. Again, a decent size for a village, and a nice place for some early game loot if you want it. Let's get back to the spawn now though. The spawn mesa biome is actually pretty massive. It's a wooded badlands area too, so you get easy access to trees for wood. The peak of this mesa mountain looks awesome in my opinion. Personally, I've found that mesa biomes specifically have some really cool terrain in the new update. Take a look at this area for example. Inside of the mesa, I found this ruined portal. Just a small place for you to check out if you want to. And it has some loot here, of course. Right next to the ruined portal, there is this opening leading right to a lush cave. I mean, these lush caves just look incredible. Just really adds some new life to underground caves in Minecraft, which were much needed. I don't think anyone can complain about the addition of these new cave types. If you like finding cool terrain locations in Minecraft, I really recommend just exploring a mesa biome. And for that reason, I think this seed is worth checking out. Finally, to finish off this video, we have this double village seed. In this case, that just means two villages right next to each other. The first village sits with much of it on a meadow hill. I mean, it's just always cool to see villages at different elevations. And with the new world generation, it's going to be much more common. The village also generates above a ravine, with this building floating over it. The ravine leads right into this big cave. The second village is actually a ruined portal village. A giant ruined portal actually generates connected to some of the village buildings. That's some funky structure generation, I'd say. As for the village itself, it generates partly in a river with paths and buildings in the water. There are two church buildings within the village, and there's a blacksmith building too. Inside of said blacksmith, I found this loot in the chest. Right behind the blacksmith building, you can find this massive opening in the land. A bit of the village actually generates at the bottom of it. Flying around, you can see it's just such a massive cave here, and there's a bit of dripstone around here too. In the middle of the village, you can also find this big cave opening. Be careful entering that cave though, because it can be a pretty far fall down, but that fall leads right to a dripstone cave. I think this section of dripstone caves is especially awesome looking. Maybe it's due to much of it being combined with the deep slate. You will also find that going through these caves will lead you to a mine shaft. I think the dripstone around the mine shaft generation looks really cool. The 1.17 mine shaft generation combining with the 1.18 cave generation looks great. Back above ground, there is a third village near spawn too. Flying over it, you can see that the plains land around spawn is actually a decent place to build a city too. The third village sits near a forest, birch forest, and near a sparse jungle. The terrain of this village is pretty interesting too, and it ultimately leads to the skeleton spawner dungeon being exposed a bit. This is a useful find in a very useful location. There are two chests in the dungeon, and this is the loot I found in them. Finding so many villages near spawn is definitely a great feeling, so I just had to share this seed with you guys. Well, there you have 5 seeds that are working for Minecraft 1.18 Java Edition. Again, this video was recorded in Minecraft 1.18 pre-release version 1. Definitely check out my blog for all of the coordinates locations shown in this video. In the comments, feel free to share some seeds and information about them for people to check out. If you want to help me out, feel free to leave a like. For more Minecraft videos, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for all of my future videos. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out of here. See ya.